Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Post and Pints, episode 22. Alongside Matt, Dre, Kyle, and Alex, I'm Justin, and welcome to the podcast. Grab yourself a fresh pint of your favorite beer. Don't touch that dial because we finally have some soccer to talk about. The MLS is back, tournament in full swing. Matt's giving me the finger on the web chat. We have soccer games, highlights to discuss, team analysis, predictions for this coming week in the tournament, and much more. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome to Post and Pints. As always, to kick off the podcast, we go around the web chat circle and tell our listeners what is our beverage of choice for today's episode. I will continue my streak, as always, with some delicious, high-quality H2O. Matthew, Cy, what are you drinking?
You're drinking the wrong water. I'm telling you right now, Waterboy is still an underrated film. I get it's like overrated, but it's still underrated. I'm drinking some Cypress Brewing Company, 17 Mile. I got no story for this one. I like their company and I drink their beer.
God bless. No sappy story. Dre, what do you got?
All right. So this week, I am joining the favorite beverage of one of the guys on the podcast. I'll let you guys guess whose favorite beverage I am having, or
Kyle,
whose regular beverage I'm having.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Definitely Kyle.
Or it's Jameson. It might be Jameson.
What could it be?
It
Ladies
is
and
some
gentlemen.
good old H2O.
Oh!
What the fuck is
Welcome
wrong
to
with
the club. The kid that talks shit every week about me not, it's called Post and Pints. You got to be drinking a pint. Well, you have a pint filled with water.
Yeah, I do. No, I was literally fucking hella busy. Like 10 minutes before I hopped on this podcast, I was like replacing the ballast and the fluorescent lights in my kitchen. And I'm like, all right, let me grab a beer. Oh shit, there's no beer. Oh shit, there's no wine. I'm not about to drink liquor on here. So I'm just like, I'm already late. I'm just coming on here.
Wait, why not?
I was running late, bro. I had a hella busy day. I was already late. I'm not trying to drink like Hennessy on the fucking podcast or something. So
What? I would join
Ah.
you.
here I am. Next
Kyle?
week I'll just double fist it. So you know.
All right, we'll make it up for it.
20 minutes to the podcast, we've lost Dre.
Well, I'm unfortunate. I feel unfortunate in saying this, but I think we've ruined a streak. The non-drinkers outweigh the drinkers this week. I'm drinking Coca-Cola Brewing Company. Nice Dr. Pepper.
I would call Dr. Pepper.
Oh, the doc's calling. Dr. Pep. Anyway, Alex, what are you drinking? Hopefully it's some kind of alcoholic beverage.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, boy.
Do you hear the can?
Oh.
Sounds plasticky.
Oh.
Poland Spring, boy.
Well,
No, I'm kidding. I have a giant cup full of wine.
there you go.
I swear, I was gonna leave. If I was the only person here drinking,
I can't do that to you, Matt.
I
We
get.
would
This week's episode, Post and Pint.
Yeah. We'd have to give all our fans like a refund, even though they don't pay for shit.
Yeah,
Hop on
check
my Patreon, bro.
Check out our Patreon and Kyle's OnlyFans account. Link in the description.
I was about to, please go check out Kyle's OnlyFans account. That's literally
Kyle's OnlyFans account is actually him wearing clothes. Like, you want to see Kyle wearing a shirt, you have to go pay $25 a month on his OnlyFans. So dude, there's one I saw him wear. He put a button up on there. That's a once in a lifetime image right there.
Damn. Custom request right there.
Yeah.
I would pay to see Kyle in a nice dress shirt and a tie.
I've seen it maybe twice in my life, and I've known him for like 10 plus years.
I believe the garment of clothes you're referring to is, for us people that don't dress up, it's called a court shirt. You own one nice shirt. You wear it to court. You wear it to funerals. You wear it to weddings. That you have one shirt for everything. You don't need all these fancy dress clothes.
Wow.
Oh boy.
The cord shirt. He pulled out the fucking cord.
Think of the dry cleaning you're saving. Wow. That's
God.
it's a very financial stable move to make, Kyle. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
We're penny pinchers here on Post and Pints.
You have
I
to
drink
be in this
PBR and I don't wear
Corona
shirts. Were you
world
expecting
living
less?
in New Jersey.
All right. Well, there's soccer to talk about. About time. I would say, blah, blah, blah was a great game, but I didn't watch anything because I spent the whole weekend packing boxes and moving them down to someplace down south. So,
Hey guys, did you hear that? For the first time ever, Justin didn't watch soccer.
wait a second. Hold on.
Time
Time
ever.
out.
Whoa.
Wait a second. I did watch 15 minutes, and it was the opening
Oh, so
ceremony,
you watched more soccer than usual.
You watch,
and that was it. I watched I wanted to watch a little bit more. The ceremony, I think, was a little bit long, but I totally understand it, appreciate it. and loved every moment of it. I just kind of wanted to watch some soccer, but then it got really late and I was busy doing other stuff, so I didn't watch any soccer.
Somewhere there's that one guy. He's like, guys, I had literally 8 minutes and 46 seconds to watch soccer, and
That's all I had. And you know what? I'm glad that I watched the open ceremonies because they were very powerful.
no, it was a very powerful message. Absolutely.
And it will continue in all sports when other sports come back, and it has every right to do so. So.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, the opening ceremony was really beautiful because it definitely shows that the league itself is a unified symbol, that like this shit is not going to run anymore. It doesn't matter. And what's beautiful is you had all these players from all these different teams, arm in arm next to each other. It really was. And then you see before each game, you're seeing individual teams and players and coaches do their own little gestures towards this movement. And really, it really is absolutely beautiful, because I really don't remember the last time I've seen everyone. There hasn't been one objection outside of Alexi Lalas. There hasn't been one objection about what is going on with this. And it really is beautiful. It's really nice to just see, because some of these guys hate each other. When that whistle blows, some of these people are waiting for the moment to go studs up on a challenge in the box.
And that says something. That says something to the cause.
And that's exactly the message I'm trying to say right now is, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Everyone, there's not even one person I can individually give credit, give props to, because the whole league is doing such a beautiful job with it.
I think one of the more powerful displays of the whole week so far has been the fact that they were able to make Chris Armas not look completely stupid for a whole minute.
Somebody works.
That is a hard test to do.
Somebody put in some overtime for that.
Oh yeah, big time. Game recaps. Is that what we're gonna dive into? Is that what we're doing tonight?
We started off with the Florida Gators versus the Florida Gators.
The meth derby.
The meth Gators.
The meth Gators derby. All right, Miami and Orlando. Matt's gonna be our main go-to tonight. He is our soccer connoisseur, if you will. Plus, he watched every minute of every game because he's a soccerholic.
He's our resident really smart mustache guy.
Yeah.
There's two things I'm known for: creepy mustaches and watching every second of soccer games.
You're batting 1,000. You're batting 1,000.
Really, the one takeaway I want to bring up about the game that happened really quickly is every game was exciting. Every game was back and forth. No one sat back and played defense for
There was one game. They're going to get an honorable mention tonight, and that's about it. And that's going to be San Jose, Seattle. And that's all I'm going to say. And then we're done. We're going to move right back to Miami and Orlando.
0-0.
But I'm telling you right now, the biggest takeaway, and this is just when I was doing the predictions before, is I think Orlando just has a little bit more star power, and Nani definitely kind of flexed his muscles during this game. He took control of this game pretty much from the 20th minute on. He had his way, and Miami's defense, you think over a couple month period they would have gotten their shit together, and good God, it looks like it honestly looks like no one's talked with one person since this quarantine has started, and this is the first time they've all been on the same field.
They
and I just
more lost than the first few games.
I just feel bad for Luis Robles, dude. Because Luis Robles still made a few saves that shit, man, he still got it.
Now is not the fucking time, Alex.
He wanted to scream at Connor Lade so bad, and then lately realized that
we're gonna send him down a cardboard cutout. It's gonna be
he's
cheap.
going through an
not gonna be too
existential
tall.
crisis because he misses Connor Lade.
Yeah.
No, overall, I think it was a great opening game. I really do. I think both teams really went for it. They both really played some nice offense. They both had nice offensive stretches. But I want to talk about one moment in the 51st minute, and Andre Reyes got elbowed. It was completely by accident. Again, they could not drill this point enough, and when you watch it, Dom Dwyer felt horrible doing it.
Yeah.
But they both went up for a header, and Dom Dwyer accidentally swung his elbow and hit Reyes in the throat. Now, I don't know if y'all been punched in the throat. I've been punched in the throat. it physically feels like you're drowning because you're trying to literally catch air. And the scariest part about it is you're watching this live, and before he even hits the ground, you can see he's in trouble. And like he hit the ground, and immediately Dom Dwyer was like screaming for medical attention to get someone out there. And finding out later that he has completely fully recovered, which is a beautiful thing. They rushed him over to the
hospital, right?
He did. That was, again, I'm really glad he's okay. He's fit and ready to play. But unfortunately, though, to go to the hospital, the closest hospital is outside of the bubble, if that's what we're calling it. And he is now going to have to quarantine himself until, he's ready to play. The unfortunate thing is he might not come back and be able to play. And that's a big loss for a defense that's already pretty paper thin. My biggest complaint about all of this, it took them almost 2 minutes to get a stretcher out on the field.
Oh, it was a lot more than 2 minutes. It took them
they were snoozing. They just weren't paying attention.
Dude, the thing that annoyed the crap out of me is these guys are walking casually on the field, and you literally had players
zero sense of urgency.
You still have players from both teams run over to the medic and try grabbing the stretcher and running it out there because they're like, what the hell are you doing? This man can't breathe.
He probably thought he was faking it or something.
I remember watching it like live as it was going on, and to get the golf cart, or not even golf cart, to get the stretcher on the wheels out onto the field, they had to literally remove a section of like the electronic advertising because like that literally was blocking the medical pathway, which is like, why do you set it up that way where to get the medics on the field, you have to like literally undo wires and cables and advertising thing, move it over, like have the medical station somewhere else so they could get on the pitch right away. That's a horrible idea.
It absolutely baffled me that that was the process. That hurt. I'm watching the game and I'm screaming at the TV. Why is this like this? You guys had months to think of this. And in the opening game, this is what you've been doing. Good job, guys. Good job, MLS. You're doing a great fucking job.
Yeah.
I just think that this game, especially that injury, especially the response to the injury and just the way both teams looked and everything else, it was the perfect game to set the stage for the tournament, because I think we've seen in a lot of these games that a week after 4 months away is not enough time to be game fit. And a lot of these things that are happening are directly because of that.
I'm just glad it was good soccer. Like at the end of the day, I'm just
glad nobody hasn't been hurt worse.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's really it. I mean, knock on wood, dude. During the Bundesliga, Premier League, Serie A, when they started their seasons, dude, with like the first couple games, there were some injuries where like those players have not come back.
Yeah,
so
they look bad.
We're lucky enough that we're almost through the first round of games, and so far, everyone seems to have come out of it. I mean, there's tired legs, there's cramps, but I mean, what else do you expect playing in 100 degrees in, Florida?
Yeah.
Apparently, iced coffee and a Starbucks, because Seattle didn't look that great.
Ooh. Shots back at Seattle.
Wow, they got two mentions. They got two mentions tonight. We said we were going to talk about them.
Those guys looked like Bradley Wright Phillips in like the 90th minute after like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to put it this way. I had such faith in Seattle before this game that I put $5 on them and immediately regretted it.
Yeah, that was easily the most shocking game
they were dragging their feet.
Before we go on, let's just quickly discuss it because I think we brought it up enough times and we just talked about it. So we don't really need to talk long about this. That was the boring game so far. But did Seattle look bad, or did San Jose just play well? In my opinion, I think San Jose actually did a very good job.
Which is uncharacteristic of them is what made it shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems uncharacteristic, but like if we look back to 4 months ago at the beginning of the season, they did play Toronto to a draw.
So it looks like they're going in the correct direction, but I mean, I expected more from Seattle, and Seattle just...
We all did.
To me, the players looked fatigued. They looked tired. I don't know, maybe they weren't used to playing in Florida weather, but I've seen a
It's
better
brutal.
Seattle. I've seen a much better Seattle than
Yeah.
what we saw.
Without a doubt.
Speaking of seeing a team that usually plays better, there is one team in the MLS who still hasn't scored this year.
And they owe us rent.
Here lies Beavis. He never scored.
And they owe us rent. I love it.
That's good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're talking NYCFC versus Philly. We all thought Philly, like on paper, we all predicted Philly was the much better team here. Like we knew they would, but NYCFC just looks bad. They
Does
just
the ship turn around without Maxi Morales is the even more important question now.
well, that was my next little bullet point on my little cheat sheet is, Maxi Morales picked up an injury and they're already saying he's going to miss multiple weeks.
Yeah.
He's
See,
most likely.
In a tournament this short is
For
just
for
that's
for me, the key player on NYCFC wasn't necessarily Maxi Morales. It was more Hebert, but Hebert hasn't stepped up either. But having his partner Maxi Morales out is definitely going to hurt his goal scoring ability and his playmaking ability. But like Hebert was a guy I was looking to take this team to the next level, but missing that other puzzle
well,
piece.
somebody's got to
is
take
gonna
the
hurt.
reins from him.
Yeah.
Speaking of the reins, I mean, Alex, I'll have you start this one. They haven't filled the shoes of one Mr. Villa, and I almost wonder if they've already been lied about a stadium. Possibly NYCFC's front office has lied to them about continuing to bring in star players.
At this point, I don't know what to believe when it comes out of the NYCFC office. They haven't really delivered on anything they've ever promised the fans or the players.
Maybe that's the new New York game plan between the Red Bulls and
False
NYCFC.
promises?
You don't have to do anything. You just have to do more than the other guys.
Oh, I don't see that being too effective though.
Do we is the
Bold
attempt
strategy, Cotton.
it's a bold strategy, Con. Do we see this as a major league spinoff where the FC is looking to lose every game to get relocated?
Yeah, relocated out of the world's biggest media market, or at least America's biggest media market.
Well, they're not doing great, so
This isn't the Cleveland Indians. They don't have Roger Dorn.
Nobody watches this shit anyway.
too high. That's all I wanted to get this reference in tonight because I was thinking about it a couple hours ago when Matt made the reference a couple episodes back, and I didn't add it to the podcast, which I'm really upset about. But it's all right. It's okay.
What do you? It's too high.
Left field indeed. Oh boy.
No way, too high.
It is gone off the reservation. A grand slam home run for Haywood.
No, I mean, now the one question I have, I'm going to ask the group. NYCFC, they look like they got more problems than they got answers. Are they going to be a major force in this tournament? And two, do you see NYCFC getting out of this funk? I mean, they had 4 months to get 3 months to get their shit together, and it looks like they haven't skipped a beat. And by haven't skipped a beat, I mean it looks like they haven't played well at all. Forget about a COVID-19.
There's no beat. There's no heartbeat. They're dead.
Yeah, if we're going towards like the musician side of things, they're still looking for the tempo. They have no idea. I don't even think they're holding their instruments. I don't know if they even are in the same room yet.
I mean, look at it. Before COVID happened, they were playing like shit. They had minimal time to practice. They had minimal time to play together or even plan anything out. I did not expect them to come into this tournament playing.
You can't look worse
any
if you already look bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I did not expect them to come in here any better than they were 3 or 4 months ago. Like,
Which is crazy if you bring it back to like
now
the
they
early
lost Reyes.
episodes. Yeah,
they're out.
not
Never
Ray.
mind.
They lost Morales.
Or, sorry,
But
Morales.
if you take it back to like the earlier episodes, like I rated NYCFC as one of the more dangerous team based on their performance at the end of last season. I had them as one of the teams to look out for this fucking year, and that ain't it, bud. That ain't it. They're not living up to what I expected of them. So yeah, this tournament is not doing them any favors, and it's going to be hard for me to kind of pick them to win some games here.
Two things before we transition into the next topic is it's pretty crazy to see how 1 year they're the best team in the East and almost get the supporter shield. And now this year haven't even been able to find the net 3 games in. So, I mean, you wonder, they're used to having a slower start. NYCFC on paper always starts the seasons off slow, but I don't know. This year looks a little bit different to others. And Kyle, speaking of tempo, is mayonnaise an instrument?
Hold on. I'm just hearing from our field
Breaking
reporter.
news again.
No, in fact, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
I can prove that wrong. There's literally a song on YouTube made entirely from different tones of mayonnaise.
We're gonna put that.
I will send that to you.
We'll add that to the show notes. How about that?
So, as one New York team is struggling, it seems that across the Hudson River, the New York Red Bull, surprising a couple people, not using star power, definitely not using star power. But
What's star power?
What is that?
Is that from Powerpuff Girls or something? I don't know.
Probably. That's got to be some kind of TV show.
show as a kid? But overall, you look at it, I mean, first of all, I give this man a little bit of crap here. First of all, I was wrong.
Wait,
boy.
okay. Wait,
There were several people in this group that were wrong,
here?
right?
Am I going to be happy about what Matt has to say right here?
He's not talking about Kaku. He's talking
listen
about,
to
I
it.
believe, the goalie
Well,
of the New York Red Bulls.
so no, there are a couple people who, like, first of all, I think all of us absolutely love Florian Velo. You know his story. You know his story.
My boy.
Back-to-back years, back-to-back ACL tears. Is there something like he started the season hot? Could he be the missing piece to I almost said Jesse Marsh. Holy shit.
You're
Chris
not
Armas,
You were right the first time.
Yeah,
Chris
good.
Armas 4-2-2-2 formation. Is he that key piece? And then also Jensen made 2 saves that
In
I
the
don't
dying embers, man. The dying embers. Like he won us that game, to be honest.
and then
He
I
absolutely did.
have to give a shout out for the minutes he was on the field. I'm gonna need to mouthwash.
If you're about to say what I think you're going to say, I swear I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
I'm going to cut it out of the podcast regardless. I don't care if Dre keeps it in. It's getting cut out.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I don't know if anyone in the MLS makes that pass Kaku makes.
Oh,
Here we go.
My boy, that was a beautiful. That's a piece of art. You could put that in a museum. That pass was. It was
you can put it on the fridge. all
Here's
right?
Dre for the next
look at
3
my
weeks.
pass. I
Messi
gotta
and
see
Ronaldo
pass.
don't make that pass.
beautiful. Beautiful.
To save us
T. Adams will make that pass.
some time, I think we could spend the next 2 hours talking about how good the Red Bull looked. But I want to save some time. Atlanta didn't look like they had a game plan, and they kind of just looked like, "Hey guys, go get it." And
Yeah.
you had a team that in the Red Bull had a game plan. They stuck to a game plan. Now I get it. They played defense for 70. They really did.
Yeah.
But it worked, and it worked against an Atlanta team that had no game plan.
Apparently, Josie's at the wheel here, too.
I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
My biggest takeaway from that game was, like, aside from the fact that Atlanta didn't know what they were doing, they still had most of the possession and like most of like the attacking. Like they were always moving the ball up, but couldn't do anything with it, which is surprising. And then there's a stat that I saw that they brought up during the game that like I didn't really think about, but there's a lot of players missing from last year's Atlanta lineup. Pogba's not there. Parkhurst is not there. You have Martinez is injured. So there's a lot of players that were in the squad last year that aren't there anymore. So I feel like that's definitely a big factor of why they couldn't find the back of the net. And then on the Red Bull side of things, is Ryan Meara the most unlucky motherfucker in the world? I mean, I swear to God,
100%
he was
is.
going to get his start, and then injury, bam, Robles comes in, becomes an Iron Man, and wins,
I feel like we've been here before.
Hashtag get
And
my
then-
boy a job
And then
somewhere else.
same
Just
deal.
Trade him.
The bench
Game
is a good
1,
place
Ryan
for-
Meara gets an injury, and then Jensen comes in and it evokes the power of the hat and, becomes an amazing player.
I have a few thoughts about this one myself. Personally, I think that Atlanta in this game looked very much like the Red Bull looked to me against RSL and Cincinnati. I don't think there was a clear game plan. I think they more just said, we're going to go out and play the game and see what happens. They didn't really look like a cohesive unit.
No,
And as on the Red Bull side of things, the fact that like Matt said, 2 years of injuries, the same injury. Florian Valot just shines almost immediately. I think it's one of those things where you really didn't know what you were missing.
Right.
And with Jensen, and I'm going to get some hate here, and I'm apologizing out into the world to this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Robles doesn't make that save or keep us in the game there. I'm
Because he's
really
4
sorry.
inches
I'm really
taller.
sorry to say this, but Jensen
Right.
makes that save. Mira made that save. I don't think Robles makes that save.
That was all length, Kyle. All length. But now to sum it up, I mean, I'm in agreement with everyone here. I just think it's amazing that I believe the stat was like around 72% ball possession when it came to Atlanta, and we still won. But when we did go bunker down defense, that's when I actually got a little worried, because in the past it hasn't always worked out for us, but this time it did, and I give it up to the boys. I give it up to Bo.
Hopefully next time we can do it without subbing in Tim Parker.
Yeah.
That
I'll
was
talk
actually the
about that.
scariest part right there.
Shout out to Jason Pendant getting his first MLS start, and also Jared Stroud first MLS start, and then also Timmy fucking Parker. What the fuck are you doing, boy? You were out there for 5 minutes and you gave me an aneurysm. Come on.
You
Like,
gave-
I fully now support a fucking Tarek, Aaron Long back line. If Parker can prove, and if he gets 15 minutes of sub time and he can prove that he's half decent, okay, maybe in a couple games from now we could talk. But right now he's not ready for the back line.
I like that back four. I think Pendant looks good in that slot. I honestly don't see any reason to break from that line.
Yeah, that line, I am confident in that line going forward.
Speaking of doing absolutely not your job, Cincinnati, someone should have let them know that they should have gotten off the bus at some point to go play this game, because Columbus basically had practice against them.
Thank.
Columbus looked good. No one here is arguing Columbus didn't look good. Dude, Cincinnati just looks like bad. Like, I think there's USL teams that take them on, and I think Cincinnati got promoted only on hype, and I don't know, dude. Like, dude, if Cincinnati is going to play like that, they're going to concede multiple goals against RBNY. They're going to concede multiple goals against Atlanta. Hell, Atlanta might put like 8 goals on them. But
Here's the question I have for Matt. When you see that performance, does it make you more worry about Cincinnati, or does it make you more fear Columbus?
so a little bit of both. One, this proves that Columbus can finish. If you give them the opportunity, they will finish. Not only will they finish, those goals weren't like, oh my God, the defense just like moved over and like, here's a one-way ticket to the net. Some of those goals were on beautiful crosses and great build-up play. Columbus had a game plan. They knew what they wanted to do. And when Jesse Zardes is putting in goals off of crosses, I'm sorry. He's one of the better finishers on his day. But at the same time, like, Cincinnati, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Please give us an answer. You're like, I feel bad for their fan base, because their fan base got all the hype in the world. They got promoted. This is a USL team that sold out a 30,000 seat stadium, and now they're basically the doormat to the MLS.
Thanks for stopping by, Cincinnati.
Enjoy a cup of coffee.
I
and go
think
home.
Matt summed it up pretty well there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Finish it
Dude,
with Matt.
I just think about it, dude. This is where we need promotion relegation. Like, Cincinnati is going to make MLS money till the day the franchise dissolves, which will never happen.
Yeah. Unless they can step their game up, they really have no business being there.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
There are USL teams right now that deserve, like, dude, Cincinnati got promoted. They
There are
changed
100% teams that could perform better.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, they came up, got the money. It's the same exact thing as Norwich in the Premier League. They got promoted, got all the money, and they're like, bye bye guys, I'm going back down. That's
Stayed
not.
for a cup of coffee and went back home.
Speaking of a cup of coffee, you needed a cup of coffee watching the Sporting KC versus Minnesota game. That one hung a little bit late, and by late I mean 2 90th minute extra time goals.
Also a man down, if I'm not correct.
The goalie got a red card in the 70th something minute. It was in the 70th minute. But, Dude, KC looked amazing. For the first 70 minutes of this game, Kansas City basically had their way with Minnesota, and Minnesota couldn't do shit. Minnesota was just banging their head up against the wall. And then they get a red card from the goalie, and everything kind of just opens way up from there. I think this shows that Kansas City, when they had all 11 players and they got to stick to their game plan, they are the better team in this league right now over Minnesota. But Dre and I picked Minnesota, and at the end of the game, Minnesota did win.
In hilarious, awesome fashion.
Minnesota goes to the top of the league because, friendly reminder, these group stage games count to the regular season. So Minnesota right now on paper is the best team in the MLS. And that's all without some of their best players. I mean, they lost. So I didn't even realize Opara, the defender of the year last year, did actually not travel with the team. And I didn't realize that until the day of the game.
So he's not even in the bubble? Like, he's still back in Minnesota?
Bubble. He is not here for personal reasons. They also have out their best central midfielder, Alonso. He got injured right before. I hear he is in the bubble, but he is not confirmed if he's a player or not.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the stats now. I owe Alex an apology because Alex is well picked.
What? I told you about the Fuego jerseys.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I again, just if you look at the stats, it's pathetic to see that KC had 62% possession and so many more corners and so many more opportunities.
The biggest.
How do you slip up like that? I just don't understand.
When you go down a man, so in soccer, if you have 20 minutes and you're down, dude, I'll take a perfect example. Manchester United today was beating Southampton 2-1. One of their defenders got a concussion and had to come off. They didn't have any more subs, so they had to play with 10 men.
They have 5 subs. They had 5 subs and they couldn't sub a guy?
They burned him off. It was the 90-something minute when this happened.
Okay.
And they gave up a goal. They lost. They drew 2-2. So, dude, when you go down a man, your game plan goes out the window, and it's just like a free-for-all defensive brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest takeaway, though, and this is going to hurt Minnesota in the long run, Amarilla, their star striker who they brought in, like this guy was putting in goals left and right last year. They brought him in. He got hurt 20 minutes before the game, pulling up a hamstring issue, and he could now be out for the tournament. So their best defender, their best midfielder, and their best striker were not in this game yesterday, and they still found a way to beat KC. I think that shows the resilience for Minnesota as well. When Minnesota comes back and they're 100%, I think we need to be worried.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah.
No, I honestly, I was watching that game, and first half I called it. I was like, yeah, they're gonna win. And then I think you can ask Kyle. Maybe like 60 minutes in, I had to walk away for something. And when I came back, I saw the final score on the TV. My jaw just dropped. I was like, "What?"
No
and it's like
way.
12:30 at night. I'm like, I have to go to sleep. I can't rewatch this. So I literally was like,
what just
I
happened?
walked in through the house. I walked in through the door. I didn't even like change. I literally just jumped on the couch and rewatched the second half. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Kyle, you got anything to talk about?
Chicken nuggets.
Besides how I'm apparently not good at picking these games. No.
Honestly, like Dre caught fire. Dre drank MJ's secret. What was the thing in Space Jams? He drank
secret stuff.
The secret stuff. And he chose all the right games.
That's what it's
But there's
about, man.
one transition to our next topic. There was one game where I was the only one who picked the draw, and I am so thankful that DC United found out what the goal was.
Fuck
Yes.
all of that. I was literally on like a work call this morning, and I'm like, oh sweet, I'm gonna get like 7 fucking games picked correctly. And then I look at the final score, I'm like, what happened? This is a game where, we were just talking about the red card and all that and how that affects you. This is a game where the team that was down a player, down to 10 men, and down by 2 goals, came the fuck back and scored 2 goals.
Like,
to
how the
tie
hell
the
does
game
that
up.
happen twice in the same goddamn week?
Bro.
I think that just shows the resilience though from DC. Like DC went down, they made a couple subs. A lot of people forget they brought in Gonzalo Higuain from from Columbus, Dude, he came in the 70th minute.
Federico Higuain and not Gonzalo Higuain.
My apologies. I was thinking of two big fat Argentinians who aren't good anymore.
Yeah.
But overall, he came onto the field and immediately made a difference. He got a goal and an assist in the 20 minutes he was on. So this is a guy who is an instant game changer. We understand he only has about a year left. He's 35, turning 36, and that's when your body starts to scream at you to stop. To be fair, I'm 28 years old and my body's screaming at me to stop. But that's
Yep.
I mean, even in this tournament, like DC kind of holds true to the team they are. It's like they're never the easy 3 points, even in seasons where they're not as good. It's always just like, I hope we can pull points out of this game.
Oh, that is, and you know what? That's exactly it. And you know what? Shame on Toronto. Toronto was up a man with a 2-goal lead. All they had to do was just play smart, and they were all trying to play hero ball. You saw center backs trying to push forward. You saw wingers make unnecessary runs, and you saw strikers and midfielders who were basically okay to give up the ball because they thought the game was over. Sorry,
Nope.
in the MLS, that's not how that works.
Nope. And football in general is not how that works. You don't give up on a 2-0 lead. You protect it.
That's what you got to do.
I just want to know what happened at the end of the game. And I wish these two teams got to play against each other again in this tournament. Because I feel like there's definitely going to be blood. Because from what I'm watching right now, is this heated yelling match after the game, which is some pretty wild stuff.
Dude, honestly, that's, you know what, dude? A mixture between red cards, late challenges, and 110 degrees in the Florida sun. Dude, I'd want to punch Kyle in the face.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody.
Not even the meth gators.
Michelle.
My only argument with that movie scene is you could clearly tell that the scooter was on, but I didn't hear it, and he did not drive far.
Oh, man. Nitpicking movies. All right. So as of today, it is Monday, July 13th, maybe. Sure.
Yep.
That's the date. July 13th. We currently have one game going on right now, LAFC versus Houston. And I'm pretty sure
Looks like
Houston's
we were all
dominating.
here.
3-1, baby. 3-1.
3-1 right now. And then tonight, LA Galaxy Portland. I don't even know who I picked for that game. So I'm pretty sure I picked Portland.
No, everyone picked Portland. You picked the Galaxy.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to win that one. Nice.
Real quick, if we can just note what's happening. I kind of missed that sight. Just a completely drenched Bradley Wright Phillips coming off in like the 60th, 70th minute for a younger guy.
Yeah.
Well,
We've never seen that before.
I don't know where I could have seen that before.
Since when is Truly the LAFC sponsor?
It was like,
Since right now.
I was early last week. They announced that they're going to do a part. So that's actually a pretty cool thing. Since the MLS is doing everything in this bubble, they don't care about the MLS. First, I don't know why, but the MLS doesn't care about the patch on your arm anymore. So now the teams are taking advantage and
We need money. We need money.
But it is need money.
Well, it's funny. Right now I'm seeing the Truly little advertised piece on the back of the leg of the shorts. So right on the back of Bradley's butt, I just saw Truly hard seltzer.
I need you to stop staring at Bradley Wright Phillips' butt. He's
Don't
no
tell me.
longer.
Don't
You
tell me.
can't
What
make us do that.
Don't you dare tell me what to do. I'm gonna stare at whoever's butt as I want.
You're not my supervisor.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
I'm trying to look at this jersey right now. Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie, pull the jersey, please.
Yeah, I see it. It's right on like the left leg.
Yep.
I don't want the jersey. I just want the shorts.
Yeah, actually, can I order those shorts? I'm just kidding.
Just please don't Google Carlos Vela shorts. You're probably not going to get what you want.
How you
I'm not
doing?
going to get what I want out of
How
any
you
of that.
doing?
Yeah, so that's so I included that. Matt, check that off the box. Games to watch / picks.
Let's do it.
So as we did last week,
Cue intense music.
Dun dun dun.
So as we did last week, we're just gonna take the biggest game from each day. Like if you're gonna watch a game, watch this game. Like I'm gonna be the only one who's gonna watch all the games because I'm too busy focusing on my mustache.
That makes
Zero
cents.
cents.
I don't have
But-
time to watch
I was
all
about to
the
say, that
games
makes
'cause
two
I'm
of us.
watching Matt's mustache grow.
Yes.
That makes 3 of us now.
Well, I'm watching.
Your team didn't even make the NHL playoffs, so.
Wait, no, the Canucks are in. The Canucks are in the
Oh
bubble.
well, fuck me. Then the Devils suck then.
Yeah, the Devils do suck.
Is that
Sorry.
news?
No.
All I know is that it's starting soon.
LAFC scored 3-2.
Rangers go back to
Let's
training
go.
today, actually, and the tournament starts very soon, which I'm
Perfect.
excited about.
Ooh,
And I
I'm
hope the Rangers completely eliminate themselves out of the first round so we get the first round pick overall, because that would be hilarious.
It'd be kind of like what the Devils did for like
The
two
last
out of
10
three-
years? Yeah.
two out of 3 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get these picks going.
Go ahead.
Wednesday, we're going to forget about Vancouver for a hot minute. And this is the battle for Canada.
Yeah.
Entire country of Canada is up for grabs as Montreal takes on Toronto.
Spoiler alert. It's the only game I'm going to watch.
It's a boot to go down.
It's a
It's about to go down. All right. Matt, since you have the talk of the town tonight, you get to pick first.
Toronto for 70 minutes looked great. Montreal looked great for 0 minutes. Toronto takes it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
I as well have Toronto.
Dre.
Toronto, eh?
Ka.
You know what? I was bad last time, so I'm going to be more careful here. I think history's going to repeat itself. Montreal's going to go down 2-man and then come back and beat Toronto anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Toronto is probably going to win this match unless
Wow.
Montreal can actually figure out a game plan.
The draw is an option, Kyle.
I was gonna bust out the draw king card because I am
So
the draw
do it.
master, but I'm gonna also take Toronto and I'm gonna say Bradley gets a goal.
So
Ew,
Funny-
that sentence is disgusting to me.
I know it is.
So one thing to talk about Toronto, they were talking about it today during the game. Josie Altidore was a healthy scratch, and he was benched, not just benched, but wasn't even in the subs for coaching decision. So he complained on Twitter a couple days before
He
that the
did?
Nottingham games are bullshit and fuck this Florida Heat, basically. The next
I mean,
day,
is he wrong though?
he's not wrong. Don't get
No.
me wrong, he's wrong. But Toronto looks strong. Once their best striker comes back in, I think it's going to be pretty easy. So what? We have Toronto across the board.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
See, senor.
This is actually, I think this is going to be a really good game. It's the late one, so make sure you brew a late night cup of coffee, or if you're Dre some Earl Grey tea.
Yes, that's the shit.
Thursday night, 10:30, at 10 or 10:30, I don't know. Can't quote me. Red Bull of New York go up against Columbus.
That's a heavyweight. That's a heavyweight
It's
match.
gonna be fun. Or it's gonna
Oh,
be
boy.
fun.
And if the winner, and again, they both won in their first game, but I think the winner of this takes the group pretty easily with only one game remaining after. Ugh.
You know you want to say it. You know you want to say it.
It's bad because I think to myself that like I rooted against the Red Bull last time. I didn't root against. I chose against the Red Bull last time. And they won. I want the Red Bull to succeed. Does that mean I root for Columbus?
You tell us, Matt.
Someone else go first. I don't want to go first.
Well,
I'm gonna go first because there's one big actual thing I need. No, there's a piece of information we all need to make this decision first. Will Dre be showing up to wherever we're coming to be watching this game with us this time?
Do you want my honest answer?
Yes.
if it's a no, Red Bull's gonna win. So
That's where I was going. If Dre's gonna show up, we're gonna lose.
I'm showing up
Wow.
beer in hand.
Okay, there it
Beer in
is.
hand.
there's your answer, boys. No, I was actually gonna say for the first time I'm not gonna support our boys and I'm actually gonna pick Columbus. I've been saying it since the beginning. Columbus is probably like the second team I look out for the most, and they more than impressed me. Even though it was against Cincinnati, they still they ran over them, and I can see them doing it again.
So we have 2 for Columbus. Dre, what are you thinking?
I chose Red Bull against Atlanta when almost no one else wanted to because I have confidence in my boys. I know. Thank you, Alex. Someone else that has confidence in their boys. But Columbus showed that maybe they should be the team to be scared of. That's not Atlanta in this group. But no. End of the day, I'm still sticking with the boys. I chose them to get out of this group, and I'm going with the boys in red. Let's go Red Bull.
We are the boys.
If the Red Bull lose, it's all my fault because I'm gonna go with them. I'm riding on the hype train and choo-choo.
Choo-choo Kaku. Let's go.
Okay, now I want.
That's a new
I
one.
want off.
Sorry, train's in motion. Doors are closed.
Oh boy.
My official pick here, though, if we're talking about the Salzizo Derby,
Yes.
is see, I kind of want to go for the tie, but at the same time, that's not quite RBNY's style. It's
Not at
not
all.
just tie a game; it's crash and burn a game. But I'm
Okay.
gonna do it. I'm gonna make the pick so Dre doesn't get the points. I'm going Red Bull
Wow. Okay.
because if I pick it, it's not gonna happen. So then nobody gets points.
It's
I
like
got-
if you can't have it, none of us can.
So Justin.
I got Columbus 3-2 win.
So we have Justin and
See,
Alex. With
that would be
Columbus.
painful enough for a Red Bull game.
Oh
That-
yeah, it's gonna be a
Justin
late
says we're gonna
goal.
score
There-
2 goals. I'm already thinking he's on drugs.
Oh God.
No, I don't do drugs. I don't drink either.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Why are you on this podcast?
I don't know.
He's secretly
I'll-
sleeping.
Wait, on that note, I'll see you later.
5 episodes.
Bye, Felicia.
Quick update: LAFC came back and tied the game 3-3.
Yes.
Is my
Really
feet
good.
behind yours? Because it's still 3-2 on mine.
Rodriguez just
Vanity.
my
It just happened as I
Yeah.
said that. Oh my God.
So recap: 3 of us are choosing Red Bull, 2 of us are choosing Columbus, which brings us to the next game Friday: Kansas City versus Colorado. Friendly reminder: Kansas City are without their goalie, who will be suspended with the red card. Colorado looked good. Someone go first.
KC, man. I'm not going against them. They're still too darn good.
I also have KC then. Did not. I mean, I had this pick before the goalie went down, but I'm gonna stick with it.
Well, there's a song called "Because I Got High," and in the great state of Ohio, there is a wonderful legal thing that has nothing to do with my pick. I just felt like saying it. Kansas
Okay.
City's back goalie looked horrible, absolutely horrible. Was out of position for the 15 minutes he was in the game. Didn't make one save. Gave up 2 goals. Had a horrible mustache. I would know. I have Colorado. I have Colorado winning this game and eliminating Kansas City from the tournament.
Ooh, that would be rough for my picks, man. I had KC leaving that group.
Someone go.
I'm gonna. If I think with this tournament showed us anything, it's that whatever you know normally in the regular season
Throw it out the window.
clearly doesn't apply here.
No.
So you know what? It's Bizarro World. So screw it. Colorado's gonna beat Kansas City.
All right.
Are we all putting our clown shoes on Thursday and walking around all day, or Friday, whatever day it is?
First of all, I put my clown shoes on every day because my life is a joke.
God damn it, Dad. Colorado.
So we have 3 Colorados and 2 Kansas Cities. There's this derby that's going on Saturday, you know, in this entire, you know, random draw of the MLS tournament.
He's putting
LA
quotes up. He's putting air
He
quotes
has
up.
to drive down the Los Angeles Turnpike. I'm assuming that's what they call it. I've never been to LA. I don't want to go to LA.
It's called
Oh,
El
yeah.
Trafico.
El Trafico.
No, didn't they say on the random draw that it's not El Trafico? Even
Well, they
though
can
it's
go
definitely El Trafico?
randomly suck my left nut.
So first of all, if you ask
Just
me,
left one.
They
First
can
of all-
randomly take the 101 to the 404 and fucking get lost and make it 3 hours late to the game.
even though they're playing in Florida and okay, who are we picking?
Disney World, not Disneyland, Dre.
Ah, shit. See, that's why LA never showed up.
so LA Galaxy versus LAFC, I'm actually going to go with LA Galaxy here strictly because I'm looking at, you know what? No, hold on. I'm changing it. Never mind. Draw. I was thinking like, wow, LAFC,
Oh,
but then I'm thinking to myself, like, they did score 3 goals. Draw.
I'm going last for this one. You guys go.
All right, I'll
Go
go.
on.
I Now I know I shouldn't do this because again we're in Bizarro World, but We haven't seen LA Galaxy as of the day of recording. Going off of what we knew about them beginning in the season, the middle of that team does not look strong, and I really don't see them doing it even without Vea on the field. So I'm gonna go LAFC.
Okay. I mean, for me, it's more of I'm playing favorites here. I've always liked LAFC as the better LA team, so I'm simply rooting for them for that. And can't forget about those fire jerseys, though.
But no, this the El Trafico, LAFC takes it. I can't make a prediction on anything other than like my own dumbassery without seeing the game that's later today. So with what I got now, I'm picking LAFC.
Yeah, like I said, without a test result from Galaxy, I'm gonna go off of how they looked at the beginning of the season, and I just don't see it.
Justin, quick question. Can you Google search dumbassery? Haven't heard that word.
Yeah, every time I submit it to
T
Webster.
R A Y.
Oh,
If you guys can't even agree on a fucking spelling for my wrong name, don't come at me with that shit.
It's with an A.
One week it's
A.
TRE, one week it's
No, it's A.
I was
It's
going
Trey.
TRE
No,
because I
it's
was
Trey.
comparing
No,
you
you're
to Trey Cool from Green Day, so I was giving you a little bit of credit.
I was comparing you to an
So you're
actual
making-
lunch tray.
That might be better.
Justin, did you pick for LAFC versus LA Galaxy?
I really don't have a choice for this one. I'm gonna lag out here and choose LAFC. See what I did there for a second? That was kind of corny as fuck, but all right.
Is someone writing these down?
We'll write them down later. Sunday, Seattle, Vancouver.
That's a rivalry game.
Is Seattle gonna wake up?
I hope so.
Don't they have coffee there in Seattle?
They don't have it in Florida.
They didn't bring it with them.
They
That
have
makes
swamp
sense.
water in Florida. They just drink that straight from the bayou.
You know
Well,
what? I'll
that's
start
why I
this
don't go to
one.
Florida.
They're gonna bounce back. There's gonna be a Starbucks cart.
There you go.
Side.
Somebody's got faith in this team.
During the
Seattle's
hydration
gonna
breaks.
bounce back.
During the hydration breaks, they'll just like fucking
Espresso
drink.
shots.
Nitro, straight to the mouth.
Nitro
Yeah.
cold brew with 5 shots of espresso. Here, go score a goal.
Yeah.
I can fly.
Kyle's got Seattle. Alex.
Actually, based on the last Seattle game and how mad I am that I lost $5 on it, I immediately changed my answer for this week to Vancouver.
I'm still sticking with Seattle. I think that game was a fluky fluke, and I think I don't think Vancouver has it. And if they do, then fucking good for Vancouver. But I still don't see it. I'm giving it to Seattle.
Matthew.
Brian Schmelzer knows that if Seattle doesn't come out with the win here, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Seattle, and if they bounce out early, that just doesn't look good. I think Seattle comes to play this time around, and I think they win by a good chunk of goals.
Ooh, wow. A plethora of goals.
Wait, can I change? I want to change mine to a draw. I want to pull out the draw card here.
Wow.
Is it too late to pull out the draw card?
No. Game
Why
hasn't
not?
happened yet.
Why
That's
not?
fine.
Let's pull out the draw card.
3
Okay.
Days Grace had a song that was literally meant for this position. It's not too late. It's never too late.
Never too late. All right. I'm gonna whip the draw card.
Somebody kick him
Much
out of the
like refs in
goddamn
the
fucking.
NFL, it's much like refs in the MLS. It's never too late to pull out your card.
Oh.
Oh, the next one's a good one.
I'll pick Seattle. Monday.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about him.
No, you're fine. Monday, Philly, Orlando. I've got Philly winning 5-0. How about them apples? Adam,
Adam, where you at?
where you at? I got 5-0. A massacre in Orlando.
There's gonna
Philly
be
is
riots the next
taking it
day in
home.
Philly. Everyone's gonna be lighting shit on fire.
Climbing streetlights.
Be insane.
Good God.
If they had
I-
that fan base for that
I-
soccer team, yes.
Also, hands down, have Philly for that game winning. I don't know about 5-0.
But they're
I
winning.
think- but they're gonna win.
3-1.
I was gonna say 2-0, but all right.
All right. I was gonna say Don Giuseppe over here with the stash. What do you got?
Well, wait. Wait, hold on. Dre's got a stash. Kyle's got a stash. I got a stash. You got to help.
Dre has facial hair. You have a stash. Alex is clean shaved. Kyle has
What
an
do you
accent.
call
He's
that?
Kyle's gonna lumberjack you to fucking death with an axe. Me, it's just clean face.
Oh, me, it's just cleaned. He says, "Come on."
Mine's a little bit more cleaned
I
up
can't
than
even see your
Kyle's.
upper lip, man.
What are you talking? It's right there.
Where?
Right there.
Hold on, I'm clicking zoom on my screen. I don't see shit.
Enhance.
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 Oh,
Yeah, I
fuck,
don't
I'm
see it,
adding
man.
that to the podcast. It's there. Okay, it's there.
Yeah, going Philly on this one.
Okay.
Orlando looked good, but definitely not good enough to keep up with Philly. I think it's going to be closer than you think it's going to be, Justin, but I still think Philly comes out.
It's going to be interesting to see them play a team that actually scores goals.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Philly basically got to play against like a ghost team last time.
It's true.
Yeah, Philly.
So Philly across the board. Okay.
All right, one more game Tuesday. Atlanta versus Columbus. Atlanta, maybe.
What? That's your pick?
Mm,
Nope, you said it.
Yeah, but it's not too late. It's never too late.
It is for Justin. He has no upper lip.
Oh, throwing shade.
on my upper lip that's already shaded by my mustache. So you can't double down the shade on the upper lip. I don't know what you're doing with the yellow ball, but you're not allowed to have toys.
Because you already know what my pick is.
Columbus.
Because it's yellow. Not because they're yellow. It's because my
This is welcome back to Sesame Street. The number is 2, and the color today is yellow. Not even the word. It's just
And I have a ball.
It is yellow. Jesus, Kyle.
I have no reason to not root for the yellow football team.
We all
Columbus.
root for the
Dre?
yellow football.
I'm gonna pull a Justin, and for once, I'm just gonna say draw. I mean,
Okay, good. I
dude,
like dance.
2-2 maybe. I don't know.
Giuseppe, what do you got?
There was a chant
A boppity boopy.
that said
Beepity
that
boppy?
we all root for a yellow football team.
Columbus it is. Great. All right, which segues us into the last question of the night because we have ran on for way too long on this episode. What is pissing you off this week? That might be what's pissing me off this week, but I will not go first. Matthew, take it away.
Matt, stop watching the game.
Yo, you stop watching.
Yeah, no, but it's not my turn to talk. I can
I'm
watch
not
the
watching
game.
the
It's
game.
not my
I'm watching
turn.
you watching the game.
Yeah, dog.
Manchester City literally got caught with their hand in the cookie jar and didn't get in trouble because they have all this money and UEFA's a bunch of bitches. There
Are you
go.
telling me the way the entire world works isn't throw money at your problem until it goes away?
I like your style. Kyle, what's pissing you off this week?
What's pissing me off this week is it's Monday and I'm already tired.
Preach.
Apparently Houston is tying LAFC, so we live in fucking bizarro world. I don't know what's up and what's down anymore. I don't know. We'll see if I'm still in touch with the reality by next week.
Superman don't live here. Alex?
This week, here's a cliche one. It's myself actually. I went and I hurt myself again, trying to be healthy and work out and do that
Violent.
thing where you're productive and an adult and whatnot. And
Yeah.
but it seems that every time I try to work out, I fucking hurt myself. So now
What'd What'd you do?
I have a torn muscle in my leg with a blood clot. Luckily,
Oh,
the
damn.
blood clot is not in the vein; it's in the muscle. It's got a proper name, hemohoma, some other shit,
Hemoglobin?
something.
I've heard
I don't know. But
I'm fairly
no,
sure that's your life telling you to just be fat. Nick.
I
just
that,
be okay with
that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Every time I try to do something good for myself, it's like, oh, you like skateboarding? That's cool. Let me fucking blow out your knee. And then like, weeks later, oh, you want to learn how to mountain bike? That's really cool. Let me put a blood clot in your leg. Like, fuck
Wow.
me, man.
Oh.
Gotta start
Should've
start
just-
off slow.
You
Yeah,
should've
you
just
maybe,
stuck with-
maybe just walking would be a good
That's
start.
boring as hell,
Baby
dude.
You
steps,
should have
baby
just stuck with
steps.
YouTube and s'mores, man.
YouTube and
Yeah.
s'mores, Overwatch and sugary sweets.
Hey.
Dre?
So, my Ukrainian team is finally
Oh, Jesus
officially.
The good
done.
old.
Ladies and
Court is
gentlemen, I
cut.
just want to chime
Can-
in. Welcome
can you
to the
guys see it yet?
Bundesliga. It's an amazing podcast. It's hosted by our very own Dre. Definitely check it out. We'll put it in the show notes. Back to you, Dre.
with
World's smallest violin, just for your shitty
with
team.
four games left and them being dead last in relegation, they do not have enough money to finish the season, and through bankruptcy, not through losses, they are getting relegated to the second tier. So
They can't even hitchhike to the rest of their games.
we were going to lose
They
either
play on
way.
farmland. What do you think?
Yeah, they literally were going to lose either way, but like I'd rather them go down football, not go down broke, you know?
Wait, Alex, you said that they play on farmland. Would that mean they play in the German league because it's a farmers league?
Oh,
You see, the reason they need more money is because the ball that the owner's grandpa gave him, it finally popped. So the village had to come together and save up for a new soccer ball.
There are 2 Ukrainian players in the Premier League, so, you know.
We can't afford the water because we had to buy a new ball this week.
No water breaks. We got a new ball.
You don't have to afford water. You can just dig a well. It's not like there's plumbing out there. They just
well,
So
no.
they
Every
dig
week
wells
is,
every time they're thirsty. I'm very confused here.
every week the teams get a choice. Would you rather play with a ball or with nets? Which,
You know, it's funny. There's actually a hilarious saying back from the Soviet days that my parents keep telling about, and I find absolutely hilarious. It's when you would have guests come over your house, you could either offer them sugar in their tea or soap when they wash their hands, but not both. You could pick.
I like that.
Pick. Do you want sugar in your tea or do you want to wash your hands?
Oh, we got a new T-shirt design.
drink your tea, wash your ass.
Wash your ass.
Drink your
Wash
tea or
your
wash your ass.
That's Dre's motto.
So, Justin, besides the fact that you forgot what alcohol was, what's pissing you off this week?
I didn't forget what it was because I apparently have a fire selection as always and beer choicing. Choicing?
It's like
What's pissing me off?
Good.
I don't know. It's the whole like concept of like just rip the fucking Band-Aid off already. Like, can we get my move over with? Like, just get me into the new house. Let me settle in. Let me fucking stop packing boxes and moving them every other fucking day. Let's just get it done. But it's taking goddamn forever. So
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Moving is one of the most frustrating things you can possibly do.
Yeah, it's not great.
I feel you.
You know what I just thought of before we finish up? You know what's pissing all of us off? The fact that it
Coronavirus.
took like 5 minutes for a cart to get out to a player who couldn't breathe.
I think
Yeah.
that's ridiculous because we need to add 6 million LED panels to tell me I need to go buy Heineken.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, apparently we needed more than that because you still haven't bought a Heineken, Justin. So we
You're
need
still on that water.
You're gonna need a lot
We
of
need-
LED billboards
need a
for me to
lot.
buy another Heineken.
Right, so I'm saying-
Hashtag build the
we need-
billboards.
maybe next time they should add more, you know?
Yeah. Just, you know what? Make it a giant cage, like a cage match where the whole thing is just
The
surrounded
Heineken cage.
the Heineken cage.
Really quickly, what does everyone think of the pumped-in crowd noise?
I wouldn't
I'm actually a huge fan of it because that first broadcast, I felt like I was watching soccer and I was I felt like I was watching golf and I was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I like the noise.
Like, and especially that first broadcast because like the broadcasters would just make these long pauses between their sentences and just complete fucking silence.
You never know how like hard they hit those balls when you hear the echo and it's like, oh shit, they're going at it.
What's the,
I never knew that there was like the Spanish coaches are clearly 10 times louder than the English coaches.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Always, man.
Was Joe Buck announcing games?
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
He and I were talking about this. I'm about it.
Yeah, that's
Wait, was he doing it or no?
No.
Oh, he's not. He's not there. All right, maybe I'll watch a game.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I can't stand ESPN announcers. They're all fucking horrible. So the crowd noise is definitely helping.
I'll tell you what. ESPN has been in a downward slope for the last 20 years, and I'm okay with saying it because they'll never hire me, so that's fine. I also
Right.
don't want to move up to Connecticut to get a job there or wherever it is. It's up north. That's all I
Yeah,
remember.
it's Connecticut.
Yeah, no thanks. All right, welcome to the Bundesliga. Definitely check that out as well. They've got a lot to talk about on there. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. What?
You
What do you
talk
want
about-
to say, Matt? What do you want to
You,
say?
you talk about his podcast on this podcast more than he talks about his podcast on his own podcast. How many Robs could
Sure.
Rob Lowe rob?
Rob. Good Rob.
All right. No. We're not
Welcome
getting
to
into
the
this
farmer's
Rob Lowe
market.
nonsense again. Everybody, stay safe. Thanks for joining us. LA Galaxy versus Portland.
In
In-
30 minutes.
30 minutes, which by the time anybody listens to this podcast, it'll be over by then. So
Portland would have won by then.
wow. Okay.
We're from the future.
Oh, that's getting added. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Post and Pints. If you want to join in on the conversation or follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, that's at Post and Pints Podcast. And remember, the banter is free, but the beer is not included. Drink responsibly.